risk, but boy, oh boy, if they make this work, I think they're going to be elated with themselves.
I think this is going to be a good choice for Gudra coming through. I'm looking forward to the move set, especially if it's a Dragon Pulse. It's going to drain a lot of health for whichever Pokemon it is, especially if it connects on the range attacker, which they do have on Mew. That is where I think the card strikes on the right place and they will win the battle here in this grand finals. Trainers are ready. We are ready. Let's kick things off with the grand finals between True Gravity and Forge Your Legacy. The best of three starts now.
Indeed, Forge Your Legacy on the orange side, whilst True Gravity on the purple. And this is something that everybody has been eyeing out for, everyone connected with the Pokemon community. Of course, it's going to be Melon this time on the Lapras, goes in, a little bit of damage being dished out on Doc. But we know how good of a trainer Doc has been in the past few games.
Forge Your Legacy already getting their Buzzwall stacked up, gets the first goal done, but immediately gets KO'd by the Gudra as well as Chansey troubling their Gumi Riders. Now has to evolve to the Gudra. Immediately Chansey also counters, just gets that one. I think running the attack specs. Waiting for the Indeedee right now. Goes away on the bottom path. In the meantime, we have to quickly talk about the mid-path players. Ivysaur has evolved. On the other end, the Zacian also at level 5 is moving out to the top path.
Indeed, and we've got to see, right? We've seen two faces of Zacian. In few games, he was really good. In few games, kind of a little under the weather. But this time, let's see what can they offer, right? We've seen Zacian having the potential, especially when you've got Meriwem sort of being forbidden from getting his Mimikyu. He's going to be a little unhappy about that, but that was something that maybe we had expected happening, right? And suddenly Doc just charging in, but no damage done. It's just being some exchange, and both will just back off and get those necessary heals.
Early game, nothing much to be worried about. It looks like True Gravity and Forge Your Legacy are not diving into any fight as of now. They're just keeping things slow and calm. In the meantime, looks like Doc cannot keep it to himself. Tries with a player off to kind of isolate Zshal, but Zshal, he is playing with his teammate healer, making sure that the supporter acts like the front line and keeping himself at bay. And I'm pretty sure want to find a way to get a lot of damage, but Doc jumps in along with him. Volk is there, the Beamon coming in through, not going to be enough. Doc goes down, Cliffable as well. That's going to be a double KO coming in for True Gravity and pushing all the players of Forge Your Legacy back. Ruben also forced to be run back. He's getting hit with the Ice Shard as well as the Water Pulse, but thankfully he's in his flux zone. The speed helps him to survive.
Indeed, I mean, you could see objectives trying to get secured from both the ends, right? Forge Your Legacy definitely might have had two of their Pokemon KO'd, but they're still getting some pressure applied on that top lane, right? Kind of forcing out True Gravity's trainers to kind of bring in their forces on towards that middle lane. But as things stand, right, if you look at the levels, I think Forge Your Legacy is doing a really good job getting those levels up on the Ivysaur. I think it's already evolved into the Venusaur. We've got Mew on level 7 as well, Doc hitting that level 6. So True Gravity needs to find some semblance of hope over here, especially in that first objective fight.
We see the Reggie spawn right now. It's going to be a Regirock on the bottom, and as usual, the Regieleki. Level 8 on the Venusaur. No Unites on the side of Forge Your Legacy, but on the other end, True Gravity have the Sovereign Sword on the Zacian. They initiate a fight already to get the bottom Reggie secured, but Zshal causing trouble. There's going to be the Eos energized attack. They're trying to hit it, but in the meantime, the beam coming in. Furia, he puts down Zshal. A big KO being found, and on top of it, putting the Zacian also down for the overextension. And Wall should also be put down. We spoke about the Unite. The Unite comes out from none other than the Venusaur with the Verdant Anger, a 3 KO streak, and the secure of a Regirock.
This time, Forge Your Legacy off to a really good start, and True Gravity left scratching their heads, right? Of course, they went in for a little bit of a risky play, and Zshal did not have a lot of tank in front of him, right? Not a lot of defenders around, and could not do much. Instantly just gets abominated. But for now, Forge Your Legacy having that little bit of an advantage in terms of level, and this is exactly something that they had dreamt of. Kind of finding the right start, and should not just mess things up. But towards the end, there you could see Buzzwall getting a little excited there, and Furia again trying to kind of keep the opposition aloof, as now they kind of set their eyes on the Regieleki.
Again, Zishal doing hefty damage, uses his spy vision, his Unite is out, might find a KO, but his teammates are helping, they're tanking the damage, making sure the Buzzwall doesn't get hit, but Buzzwall jumps immediately along with the help. Gudra also goes down, Lapras Express is here, but I feel like it's a little bit too late as the healer is also down. Zacian along with the Lapras trying to make things work, but Forger Legacy, they had their eyes glued on the Regieleki, get that 6th ally for themselves. Burden Dagger out again, it will force all the players back on the Flux Zone and a big dunk. Oh, wait, it wasn't. It's just a 19 dunk, so not much of an over dunk coming through from Forger Legacy, but still, they have double the amount of goals compared to the side of True Gravity, 208.
How have you been feeling about this Gudra? Really, I'm kind of hoping to see some more impact, to be honest.
Yeah.
Haven't really gotten to see much out of it, but for your legacy, they're doing everything right.
They're making sure that all these close range Pokemons are getting KO'd as early as possible, going and taking a head-on damage, and Fura has been super crucial because of that. Already has used his Unite twice, the anger is out, that energy amplifier is giving him the benefit. Again, Forger Legacy ready for a bottom path control because there is the Reggie that's going to be spawning. Lapras Express being used this time, however, it's going in a different direction, wanting to find the range attacker, hits on Furia, and finally they find a KO on that Venusaur. Now Doc, he might also go down, he's isolated. Zishal's hit coming through. Ruben, he might also be found. Volk has been closed down. In the meantime, even Zacian moves through Ruben, unable to help his teammates. A 2 KO streak found from Zishal. This might be the fight for True Gravity.
And I think history repeats itself, right? Forger Legacy again having such a good start, but hold on, Zishal has already activated that Azor Spy Vision. Little bit of a comeback coming in as Dog gets taken down again. Verdant Anger being split apart. Vulcan takes a hefty amount of damage, but that liquidation kind of stacking up on the Venusaur. But Ruben does not seem to stop at anything at all as Miriam also gets picked off as now Forger Legacy after this Regirock once again just to bolster up their defenses and the special defense as True Gravity again left scratching their heads.
The bottom fight to destroy the goal zone did work out, but did not secure the Reggie. Therefore, right now, Forger Legacy still feel like they're in control. Moving to the top part, True Gravity get it well secured, but look at this. Fura is trying to steal the buff, and he manages to. And he'll run away. That was a sneaky one being pulled off, and Seashall knew if he went closer, the Petal Dance and Gigadin instant KO is what was written on cards. Keeps himself at bay. In the meantime, again, True Gravity keeping themselves a little bit away from the players of Forger Legacy as they easily secure another Reggie on top.
Indeed, and on the cost of Ruben there, of course, Buzzwall, look at Darkness go. I mean, he's got no fear, right? And wants to escape away, but does some damage before getting KO'd. As now True Gravity will try to do whatever it is possible to try and stop that Regieleki from hitting the second base as a Sutsuyu and Vulcan try to apply some pressure, but Volk enough to deal with them all by his lonesome as now he receives some assistance. In comes Pura with his Petal Dance and that Giga Drain as Zacian, well, he's about to melt, one more shot away, but seems like they has managed to live the lights of the day, but now, you know, it is just 23 seconds before that final Rayquaza fight. As now Forger Legacy, they know that they're on the deficit. True Gravity has managed to find something out of this game.
And they've still not destroyed the tier 1 on top and therefore found so much. On the other end, they've destroyed the tier 2. Towards the bottom is something that I see. They do not have anything over there, and this is going to be a cause for trouble for Forger Legacy. They have to find a way to convert this fight. True Gravity are on the lead, and they've isolated a player that's going to be Cliffable, might find a KO. They've also isolated the Buzzwall, found that KO, and right now, nice liquidation hit coming through. Doc might also go down. Ruben trying to save his teammate. Moonlight Prance being hit, does kind of steal away the shields. Bliss Assistance being used right as now to protect Doc. It doesn't work out. Gudra had the Bliss Assistance, Doc, nothing works out, and Gudra trying to jump, has the Acid Spray, does he use it? Ruben immediately runs away, trying to now keep hold of Furia. Rayquaza completely drained, and Rayquaza secure coming in from Zishal. Rayquaza shield in favor of True Gravity, and True Gravity bring back the game.
And look at Fura just getting sliced apart by Meruem as True Gravity stake their claim on the throne. And there comes that 100, another 64 being delivered. Vulcan just waiting for his opportunity there as True Gravity definitely did not have the best of starts, but it is the finish that matters.
Yep.
And they have that advantage in the final best of 3 against Forger Legacy.
kind of didn't even see the Kuteras unite as much, but I think the damage, especially finding the first KO on Buzzwall, that caused the trouble. Look at Zishal, he still has the Rayquaza shield. I think right now it will break down, but he also uses his unite, finds a 2 KO streak, right now running towards Buzzwall. Buzzwall might also go down, make it a 3 KO streak, and Zishal looking forward to the 4th, and that is only Mew right now trying to make it work, and that's going to be a team knockout from Zishal all alone. And done is the game, 8:35, and they're not stopping.
Yeah, rising from the ashes, our True Gravity. The way the match started, we all thought this is Forge Your Legacy, kind of riding up that hype choo-choo train. But True Gravity seemed to have other thoughts in mind, especially during those mid to end games transition, where you could see Forge Your Legacy around that mid path, kind of overextended a little bit. That's where they got those levels up. That's where they kind of retrieved everything towards that end fight. Of course, Zishal getting that steal on the Rayquaza, and Forge Your Legacy, they are just haunted with what's really happening with them, and True Gravity strikes once more.
13 knockouts, 5 coming in at the last fight itself towards the opponent's home goal zone. Imagine they're getting the blue shield advantage and it still doesn't work out because that man is hitting crit shot after another crit shot with the help of liquidation. I think Fura was too good in the start of the game, as we spoke about it, made use of that early evolution on level 7 after the new patch. Doc also was always there to make sure to invite for fights, but I think here Ruben was somewhere left behind for fights. His solar beams were seen, but it did not do enough damage as we thought of.
And I think, one of the biggest issues that has still not been addressed for Forge Your Legacy, especially against True Gravity, is how they kind of could really happen in this game.
Yeah, this game is out of bounds for us also to kind of decipher a lot. I'm especially looking forward to the move set. I was thinking, like we talked about Gudra, right? I thought, okay, Dragon Pels, that's the bigger move, right?
Yeah.
You get a chance to take a lot more health from the opponents. Seems like he's like, no, I'll play with Muddy Water. I'll make it work. And right now with Crustle, I'm not too sure. Rock Tomb, Cell Smash, Stealth Rock, X Scissor. What is he going to play?
The big question is that, look at the cojones on True Gravity, right? They bring in a sub
bold.
who they've not played with before and seem to use him as an ace up their sleeves, right? Something nobody anticipated, but Forge Your Legacy against True Gravity could be happening for the last time if True Gravity wins this one out. As Forge Your Legacy, they start off from the purple side, whilst True Gravity are on the orange. And this Crustle, we all have eyes on Melon.
Yeah. Talking about quickly on the mid path, this time it's going to be a mid path on Mew. On the other end, it is going to be a Eevee looking forward to evolving to Leafeon. Mew, I'm looking forward to a level 5 from the start, but Zishal, he might be in trouble, might get KO'd. He uses eject, runs away right now in the tall grasses, but Ruben is ready for him. Nice seed bomb coming through, and then the Razor Leaf finds the KO over there. Forge Your Legacy, they're like, okay, you might find the first initial scores, but we'll find the first KO.
I think this is something good, right? Just trading things off, and we really want this game to go to game number 3. I really want to see what more do True Gravity have to offer for us, but surely they might have practiced with this particular draft. But as things stand, right, Muse already is hitting level 5. We've got Leafeon on that level 5 as well, and there you go. Once again, right, this is not looking really good for True Gravity, especially with Inteleon kind of losing out on those early XPs. Now that's got to hurt him a lot.
Look at Melon so close to level 4, but they're not giving him a single NDD or anything, right? They denied the Altaria Swablu and everything. Finally, the bunnies that they had kept in their flux zone, they make use of it and get themselves to level 4. Crustle has finally evolved. But I think it's the magic of these EVs that's working out. Rock Tomb is going to be the one of the first movesets that Crustle uses. Mew on the other end, level 5, we spoke about it, needs to find damage, does find, puts wall to rest for now and sends back to Nurse Joy. Will be back again joining with his teammates. But Forge Your Legacy, they have the early lead.
Please for now, right? This is where, Zishal needs to find something. Because he's kind of been lagging a little bit behind. He needs to get those levels because it's one of those games that he kind of feels unfamiliar with. Because every single time he's had a good time in the jungles getting all those levels. But right now, things look a little different. Things look a little otherwise. But Doc trying to apply that pressure onto its Melon. Will get that KO as now Forge Your Legacy again off to a really good start.
It's time There we'll be seeing the Reggie spawn, but again, early goal destructions. We just spoke about this. Shedinja Doll, and I should think the Blissey should survive. Vulcan still trying his best with the soft boil, but now there are too many opponents who have surrounded him, and he will go down. Yes, the Blissey for now, but look at this. Immediately, Zishal goes for the Indeedee. He's evolved, fully evolved for an Inteleon, and Volk right now, overextension. Timing of that hyperspace hole. He's back into his base, will get a full heal, and not a KO.
Oh my god, Fortune Legacy doing everything right, and they've been doing that for the past 3 games that they've played against True Gravity. It's all about holding themselves through the mid game, right? As Leafeon already hitting level 8, even Venusaur has got that evolution. We kind of see Blastoise on the cards too, as they set their eyes on the Regice, as they will secure it, will kind of gradually increase their HP up by a little, but this is where True Gravity finds something out, right? Getting
Yeah.
the Blastoise down, and now would have their eyes set on the Regieleki.
They would mostly want it because they've lost the bottom Reggie. They might even lose their top goal zone here, tier 1. But they're keeping their distance. I still feel like they might let go of the tier 1, let it get destroyed, looking forward to more level experience of wild Pokemon. And that's what is happening. Seems like they can see what's happening, but they do not want to intervene in the fight, or maybe even for a steal. Rock Tomb going, they separate the players, deny them from fighting with Regieleki and securing it. Vulcan also comes in, but the Rapid Spin trying to catch Zishal, doing a lot of damage. Zishal helps along with his teammate. The Solar Beam connects, but the Venusaur, Word and Tanger works, finds one on the healer, and now True Gravity are forced to back off. Suyu, he might also go down. The Emerald 2-step comes out, and it seems like the Lapras barely managed to survive and is backed off because of the Mystical Mirage.
Oh, indeed, and look at the Mew go there, but eventually gets taken down, and that's a powerful Solar Beam coming in through Ruben. And now, as things stand, right, Fortune Legacy somehow holding themselves through still True Gravity. You know, these are the phases where they kind of get off, make a comeback, but still struggling, despite the fact they managed to get the Regieleki, and now this is where we can see that Russell coming in with that Unite move, having that little bit of that bliss assistance there, as Zishal will find Volk surrounded by the Rock Tomb, and this is what True Gravity wanted. This is the moment they were waiting for, as now those dunks will come through.
An over dunk, which does get them closer to forge your legacy. And there's also a bottom score happening from Mew, and right now they will take the lead because of the 25. But look at Suyu, he wants to overextend. Catches Doc off right now, maybe a KO, but the damage dealer is not here. No ranged attacker, so Doc will survive and he'll back off. Double defenders along with the supporter, not much to do. In the meantime, it's going to be Vulcan who might get caught. Volk trying to cause trouble. He also helped his teammate with a hyperspace hole. Vulcan knows getting a KO from a Hoopa is not going to be easy, but will wait for his teammates to come through. Volk might be in a little bit of a trouble. In the meantime, there is Zishal also, who's made his way to the mid path. Vulcan right now healing everybody. Solar Beam barely connects with Vulcan. Little damage, but Zishal, that jump that happened, thankfully it worked out. He was able to catch Doc, but the Rings Unbound come out. Volk, big hit coming on the X-Scissor, and then the last one as he finds a KO. Rings Unbound immediately flattened.
Oh, indeed, the Word and Anger also coming through, but look at True Gravity trying to disengage from this particular fight. As for your Legacy, they've also had to deal with their own losses at this point, right? Now, 4 minutes remaining. Of course, Fura has got his eyes set on the Regice. Will have some little bit of assistance coming in from Ruben. Will have no trouble securing this, right? It's just going to be Vulcan trying to come for it. Maybe would want to steal off with the soft boil, but does not happen, as Ruben will get that final hit. But right now, as things stand, right, True Gravity still have that little bit of an edge in terms of those goals scored. But looking at the levels, right, now certainly both these teams, they're kind of even Steven. This could be anybody's games. It's all about those execution as the execution comes through. Look at the damage being dealt, but somehow Forge Your Legacy managed to sustain that.
About to see a goal destruction, but the Solar Beam to a Solar Beam, and now he's pushed out. Oh wait, he comes back again, and that hit with the boosted attack comes through, and the Venusaur is down, and finally True Gravity destroy even the tier 1 of the bottom path, and they're not stopping. Look at the confidence that they have. As they move in with a ranged attacker, it is all working out, unfolding in their hands.
And this is again the history books repeating themselves with the Lapras Express. I think Sutsuyu wanted to explore a little bit more, want to kind of close in the gap, but now just mere 45 seconds remain. before the final Rayquaza pops up. Of course, Leafeon has got that level 13, but anything could potentially happen at this point.
Lapras Express being used at the 2 minute 50 mark. I'm not too sure if he'll be able to bring it back up again. Quickly talking about levels, there's level 12 on two of the players on Forge Legacy, whereas I see two level 13 on True Gravity. You know, that's the advantage that True Gravity are always walking up with.
No, I'm kind of confused. Even I was thinking of the same, right? You do not have that Lapras Express. Sometimes you need it for that initiation, right? Could be a game changer in those fights. But, True Gravity have made really good work out of the Crustle, especially, with how they're just kind of enclosing, separating the isolations coming
Oh,
through. And
wow.
look at that Blastoise almost melt down into despair as now the final stretch arises. And this is where it all boils down to. True Gravity have that nice advantage. It is going to be Forge Your Legacy that need to force the fight.
They have to take it head on, and especially how Melon is playing, it's caused trouble. Again, Rock Tomb coming through isolates Dog, but in the meantime, they're trying to find either the ranged attacker or the speedster. They might find it, but in the meantime, Suyu wanted to go for a sneaky score. Will be stopped with the beam coming through, and now Fura wants to jump. Suyu does have his Lapras Express, can manage to find and use it, but both the range attackers are on him and his teammates are nowhere nearby.
No, this is something that True Gravity are enjoying, right? Keeping their opponents distracted. They know they've got that advantage in terms of the goals being scored, but look at the damage, being dished out over here. At this point, somebody needs to force this, and with that Solar Beam, of course, that Soft Boil dealing a little bit of damage there, would want to back off and heal up a little bit as Meruem gets picked off by Leafeon. That Solar Blade really coming into handy as everything, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, that Emerald 2-step, but right now Spy Vision has been activated. Vulcan, I want to see who he gives Bliss assistance to. Maybe it was a mistake. Gives it to Crustle, and I'm pretty sure he wants to buy some more time for his teammates to respawn, as two of them have got down, but Crustle, he might also be in trouble as his teammates Suyu also fallen. It's only Vulcan as well as Crustle right now surviving. Vulcan and Melon, can they make a change? Forge Your Legacy trying to drain Rayquaza as much as possible, as fast as possible, but the Rayquaza is also doing damage. There can be a chance of a steal, maybe even a KO on Doc, and Doc barely survives. Yes, Blissey finds not one or two KO streak, and now Blastoise with a rapid spin, he might also go down, waiting for it, and they also want to take down the Venus, so they do it, and the Worded Anger, before it comes down, the KO gets through, and also right now Rayquaza will be in favor without Forge Your Legacy having a chance, even though they started the fight. True Gravity, Melon and Vulcan, what was that magic that they made it work, and the game is done. There's no chance of a comeback.
And there you go, the time's up. And there we have it, True Gravity playing like champions towards the end, earning their rights, proving their stake at the ultimate glory. They are victorious. They emerge as the champions of Pokemon Unite India Open 2023.
Are you kidding me? Also, a way to find chaos with Blissey. Imagine in the final fight, 2 KO streak with the bombs coming through. Oh my god, you have to be kidding me. I thought it will be Melon who will pick up those KOs because players were low, and he's like, I'm going to put Rock Tomb, help my Blissey out over there. Amazing stuff being pulled out from True Gravity, and we were speaking about this. True Gravity have figured their roles out. I don't think they'll be experimenting in voila, game number 1, Gurra, game number 2, Crustle. I don't know how long if we